Have you ever paused and pondered why your palms start to sweat when you're nervous? Or why your heart suddenly starts to race when you perceive a potential threat? The intriguing answer to this natural phenomenon is stress. Yes, that diminutive six-letter word that we all have come to recognize and associate with negative experiences. Yet, have you ever stopped to wonder what stress actually is? How does it function within the spectrum of our human biology? Let us delve into this issue. At its core, stress is like an intricate alarm system within your body, alerting you to danger and preparing you to respond appropriately. Rather, this protective mechanism is not a recent evolutionary development. It is a legacy, a primordial defense system that has been passed down to us from our ancient ancestors. Picture this: during the caveman era, our forefathers were often pitted against formidable predators, and stress was the body's unique way of sending a cautionary signal. Imagine the human body exclaiming, "Hey you! Look, there's a saber-toothed tiger lurking just around the corner. You might want to consider taking some sort of action to ensure your survival." This basic instinct has been ingrained within us since those prehistoric times, a survival toolkit that has evolved over the centuries, yet fundamentally remains the same. Now, let's dissect this concept a bit further. When we, as humans, perceive a threat, our bodies instantly shift into a particular mode, a state of heightened alertness known as the fight or flight response. This reflex response is our body's intuitive method of preparing us to either confront the threat head-on or to evade it skillfully. When this response is activated, our heart rate accelerates, pumping more blood to our muscles. This increased circulation provides our muscles with the extra strength they might need to fight or flee. Concurrently, our breathing pattern changes, becoming more rapid and shallow, essentially supplying our bodies with the additional oxygen they require to fuel a quick, effective response. Moreover, our senses become razor-sharp, honing our awareness of our surroundings. The smallest sounds can seem amplified, the faintest smells become more pronounced, and our vision may become more acute. All these changes aim at making us more focused and alert, ready for whatever challenge lies ahead. And so, stress, as it turns out, is not just a six-letter word that we casually toss around when we're feeling overwhelmed. It's a complex orchestration of physiological responses, finely tuned over millennia, enabling us to adapt and survive in a world full of potential threats. Our heart rate increases, pumping more blood to our muscles. Our breathing becomes rapid, supplying our bodies with the extra oxygen they need to fuel a quick response. And our senses become sharper, making us more aware of our surroundings. When stress becomes a constant companion, it can wreak havoc on our bodies and minds. But how exactly? Let's take a look at the effects of prolonged exposure to stress hormones. One such hormone is cortisol. It's often dubbed the stress hormone because it's released during moments of high tension. While in small doses, it can be beneficial, helping us respond to life's challenges. When it hangs around in our system for too long, it becomes a problem. Chronic stress leads to consistently high levels of cortisol, which can trigger a cascade of harmful effects. For instance, it can lead to an increase in blood sugar levels, promoting the development of type 2 diabetes. Over time, it can also cause weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, a risk factor for heart disease. But the effects of stress aren't limited to our physical health. It also plays a significant role in our mental well-being. Chronic stress can lead to mental health disorders, like anxiety and depression. It's a bit like a snowball effect. The more stressed you are, the more anxious you become, which in turn leads to more stress. And it doesn't stop there. Our immune system also takes a hit. Ever noticed how you're more likely to catch a cold when you're stressed? That's because stress weakens our immune system, making us more susceptible to infections. Each of these points is backed by a wealth of research. Studies have consistently shown a direct link between chronic stress and these health issues. For instance, a study published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology found that chronic stress increases the risk of heart disease by up to 40%. Chronic stress, as we can see, can lead to serious health complications. But how can we manage it effectively? To answer that, let's move on to our next scene, the power of stress management. Buckle up, because this is where we start turning the tide against stress. Managing stress is not about eliminating it completely, but learning how to control our body's response to it. Now let's delve into the power of stress management. There are myriad ways to manage stress, and the beauty of it is that these techniques are not one size fits all. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's perfectly fine. The key is to find what works best for you. One of the most effective stress management techniques is mindfulness. It's the practice of being present and fully engaged with whatever we're doing at the moment, free from distraction or judgment, and with a soft and open mind. Mindfulness helps us put some space between ourselves and our reactions, breaking down our conditioned responses. By being mindful, we can observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Next, regular exercise. It doesn't have to mean running a marathon or lifting weights. Any form of physical activity can help reduce the intensity of your stress responses and help you feel more in control. When you move your body, you're also distracting your mind from the worries that are causing you stress. A balanced diet is another crucial element in stress management. What we eat can significantly affect how we feel. Consuming a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains can help you feel better physically and mentally. And let's not forget about sleep. Adequate sleep is vital for stress management. Lack of sleep can affect your mood, mental alertness, energy level, and physical health. It's much harder to handle stress when you're tired and on edge. These techniques can help regulate the body's stress response and prevent the negative effects of chronic stress. But remember, the most important thing is consistency. It's not about what you do once in a while, but what you do every day that matters. By managing our stress, we're not just preventing health issues, we're improving our overall quality of life. So, we've learned about the science behind stress, its potential effects, and how to manage it. But remember, everyone's experience with stress is unique. It's a universal phenomenon, yet so individualistic in its manifestation. The human body is an intricate machine, built to respond to stress in ways that safeguard us. However, when stress becomes a constant companion, it can take a toll on our physical and psychological health. This is why understanding your own stress responses is so crucial. It's about recognizing when your heart pounds a little harder, when your breath quickens, or when your thoughts spiral. But awareness is only the first step. The real magic happens when you take this awareness and use it to your advantage. Find stress management techniques that work for you. Maybe it's a brisk walk in the park, a meditation session, or simply taking a few deep breaths. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It's about discovering what helps you regain your equilibrium and incorporating it into your routine. However, there's an important caveat to remember. While it's empowering to take charge of your stress, it's equally important to know when to seek professional help. Chronic stress is a serious condition that can lead to a range of health problems. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if stress is starting to interfere with your daily life, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional. Remember, it's not about eliminating stress entirely. That's an unrealistic goal. Life, by its very nature, is full of challenges and changes that can cause stress. But by understanding your stress responses and mastering your own stress management techniques, you can navigate these challenges with resilience and grace. Remember, stress is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control your life. Take care of your body, your mind, and they'll take care of you. So, let's embrace this journey of self-discovery and well-being together. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about surviving stress, but thriving in spite of it.